Hello, lovelies. Welcome to the Paramedic Diaries. My name is Deanna Andrews. I have recently become a paramedic this past January. So I just kind of wanted to document my time as a paramedic and kind of go through some raw moments with you guys, whether it be, education, helpful tools if you are wanting to become a paramedic, or even as a civilian wanting to help the medics that may arrive. I want to go over case studies, articles, even do some fun games, and have a couple of guests on here. Um, this episode is just going to be the introduction to me and me leading up to becoming a paramedic and kind of what that looked like for me. Um, so let's begin. So I was in the Navy. In 2016 is whenever I joined, and you kind of learn, basic life saving measures while you're in the military. That's just part of what happens in there. So whenever I got out of the Navy, that's whenever I was like, okay, well, getting out of the military, you either go fire department or police department. A lot of the people that get out of the military go one or the other. I didn't want to do police, so I was like, all right, I'll do fire. And with where I live, fire also includes EMS. So I joined the fire department. I started my journey on EMS. I actually ended up not liking the fire side, which is fine. I stuck with EMS though, and I kind of branched off of that. I started a paramedic program. It was a 2-year program um, to get my associate's degree and become a nationally certified paramedic. So I did a year. Um, I had a lot of troubles with it because I didn't really know I didn't have any medical background whatsoever. And this is one of those courses that you're supposed to teach yourself, really. I mean, you'd only go to class once or twice a week for a couple of hours. And you can't learn everything that you're supposed to learn in EMS in that short amount of time. Um, so I really, really struggled with it. And I ended up taking a year off because I thought, oh, maybe this isn't what I want to do. So I took a year off. I actually ended up doing something completely off the wall, not in the medical field whatsoever. Um, Turns out I hated it, so I quit that job, and I was like, you know what? I really miss the medical field, so I restarted school. Well, I continued school, so I had a year left. Um, I also started working at a hospital. I worked down in the emergency department. That was my actual like real dip into EMS because you kind of get to see, when the medics bring the patients into the hospital, that's what we deal with. Um, I finished my paramedic program last May, so 2024. Um, I still really struggled. I haven't really been one to struggle much in school, but for whatever reason, I was really, really struggling with this. I graduated and I passed my capstone is like the final exam that you have to take while you're in school to be able to test for national. Um, Passed my capstone. Well, the time frame between June and July, a new national registry test was being released come um, July. Yeah. July 1st was a new test. So I tried to quickly take a test, the old test, and I unfortunately did not pass. So then the next time I took a test was actually the new test. So I kind of messed up on that one because I didn't even know what to expect that time. I studied from the time I woke up to the time I went to sleep. I mean, there were countless nights that I wouldn't really sleep at all because I was studying. I was studying at work when I was in the emergency department. Um, the doctors and the nurses and the firefighters coming in, the medics coming in, everyone was so helpful, and was cheering me on the whole way through. Um, it took me 4 tries to finally pass. You get 6 before you have to restart. Um, After the third try, you have to do like remediation, which was just it was a self-paced course online. It's like a refresher course, pretty much. Um, I was almost ready to give up because if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. But I was also really lost because I was like, well, if I don't do this, then what do I do? Um, but I was like, I'm not going to give up yet. Technically, I still have 3 more tries. Hopefully, it didn't take me that long. And on the fourth try, I was like, this has got to be it. Like, I know the material. Um, and that was what was frustrating is I know how to treat patients. I know the material. I know what I'm supposed to do. Um, but the way that the test is run, it's a progressive test. So it keeps giving you questions that you're getting wrong, like in the particular subjects that you're getting wrong. Um, so it was one of those things that like it's really hard to study for because um, you don't know what's going to be on it because it changes every single time. Um, but finally, I passed. Um, and I didn't believe it at first. I got the email and it just said congratulations, and I was like, I don't know if that's real. And then I went on the website, um, and sure enough, it switched over to paramedic. And even then, I was like, are you sure? Like there wasn't like a mess up. It was more of just a relief for it to finally be over. And then I had all this free time. But now I am working on finding my footing as a paramedic in this world. I'm trying to find the best job. I am still currently working in the hospital as a paramedic, um, which I love that job. But ultimate goal obviously is ambulance, right? So I am working towards that right now. But I just wanted to welcome you guys to my paramedic diary. And I would love for you guys to ride along with me. There's going to be a lot of real stuff on here. There's going to be a lot of different perspectives from a lot of different people. Um, I'm I'm really looking forward to just sitting down and kind of talking about this stuff. I love talking about my job. I love talking about being a paramedic. I love talking about like case studies, education, my experience, all the things. And of course, some fun games along the way. So, thank you guys for coming on here and listening with whatever device you're listening on, whatever app. So, it's going to be fun. And I am very excited. And thank you all so much for supporting me.